So I try not to do the screen grab videos of straight up just articles, but I felt like it was appropriate in this one because not only are we taking a look at this piece that is on the screen right now, we'll also take a look at another piece, another player profile, as well as a few tweets, so it's all kind of encapsulated in here. But today we are talking about the idea as to whether or not the Detroit Red Wings have themselves the next Connor McDavid. Okay, no, that's kind of a joke, you know, like just to get things off of our chest here. It's a very, very obvious joke. But this article was published on April 30th, so a few days ago by Connor Irigood. It goes over Detroit Red Wings prospect Nate Danielson and how the other night he had recorded 3 assists for Portland in a WHL playoff win against the Prince George Cougars. The quote in the headline reads, "I've got McDavid over here," as the Red Wings prospect Danielson notched 3 points in the win. The article opens up talking about how Portland Winterhawks forward Marcus Wynn had some jokes to crack. Asked about what helped him score so easily Monday night, he said that "I've got McDavid over here," motioning to his left, where Red Wings prospect Nate Danielson sat next to him. Whether hyperbole or high praise, Wynn had to shout out Danielson as the primary assister on 2 of his goals. Danielson added a 3rd assist at the 9:40 mark of the first period to accent what became a blowout win for the Winterhawks. Such playmaking prowess is a big part of why Danielson is an intriguing prospect, and it's only showing up more as the games become more meaningful for his team. Danielson described the goals and the assists that he was able to get. I think on the 2 plays on Mar's goal, I kind of came in wide both plays, and I think they kind of got a little puck-focused, and Mar did a good job of finding ice, and I was able to find him on both of those opportunities. I don't know if that's something that they're trying to do or not, but I think it's working out well. The article then goes over and talks about some of the stuff about the Red Wings and the future. Danielson could be a big add to the Wings forward core. He's certainly in the plans of GM Stevie Y, who spoke to Danielson's future role in his end-of-season press conference. Particularly, he offers center depth that will help Detroit down the middle, down the line. Nate Danielson, we drafted a year ago, and Marker Caspo. Did I say Marker Caspo? No way. Man, I'm tired. Marco Casper the year prior to that. Yzerman said April 19th. "We think they're good young prospects. Really happy to see how they're coming. They're not ready to play yet. I'm not ruling anything out for next year, but I think in time we're going to be really solid down the middle." Now, the thing is, this article is all fine and dandy, and the link is going to be in the description. It's on the Hockey News, by the way, if we did not already say that. But Danielson had 3 points, 3 assists in a playoff win against the Cougars. What has happened ever since this article was published? Well, if you go over to Danielson and his overall game log, you'll see that in the games after that article that we had just read, he went out there and scored himself yet another 3-assist performance, adding on a goal too. Right now, the Portland Winterhawks have a 3-1 series lead over the Prince George Cougars, and when it comes to Danielson, he's got 3 straight points with 3 assists each. He has himself legitimately 10 points in his last 3 games, 1 goal and 9 assists. He went pointless for 3 straight games against the Cougars and then twice against the Everett Silvertips, but before that, he was putting up consistent points in games 1 and 2 of the Silvertip series. He's got himself a total of 20 points in 12 games in the postseason so far, which is absolutely phenomenal. If you go over to the WHL playoffs and you take a look at who is leading this league in points, Danielson is right there. He is 3rd overall behind Denton Mateychuk, who is a defenseman. He's very good. And Jagger Firkus, who is a Seattle Kraken's prospect. Now, both of these guys are playing for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Danielson is the top guy on the Winterhawks. 4 goals, 16 assists. He is 2nd overall in playoff assists right now. But if you wanted to say that assists per game-wise he is superior to Mateychuk, that would make sense. It's just kind of nuts, though, considering how Danielson has progressed so far, considering where a year ago we were kind of talking about saying, hey, this guy might not actually have, like, the best projectability, he wasn't really the most highly touted player, he went 9th overall, but if you take a look at some of the projections here, I mean, He was ranked to go as low as number 27 by Future Considerations. This was yet another one of these picks where Steve Yzerman really went against the grain and decided to take the guy that absolutely nobody was projecting to be the pick at 9. We saw this with Seider, we saw this with Danielson, and for Seider it paid off. Danielson we'll have to wait and see, but for now, just seeing how he has boosted up his point production, how in 26 Wheat Kings games he had 26 points, but after getting traded over to Portland, he had 41 points in 28 games played in that sample. If you only look at this isolated stint here, he had some extraordinary production, and it's not even close. That's carried over into the playoffs tenfold, to the point that now he is a playmaking, assist-driving, two-way responsible centerman. If you go over to this tweet made by Red Wings Prospects, they went out there and tweeted out about the game yesterday where we saw Danielson get the goal and 3 assists for his 10th point in 3 games. Danielson got a goal, 3 assists. He was a +3, had 3 shot on goals and 4 penalty minutes. He was 5 for 10 in the faceoffs in the 5-2 win. Portland takes a 3-1 series lead. He had himself the first star of the game in another insane performance. Red Wings Prospect says that Danielson was particularly great in transition, how he wasn't on the ice for any goals against, and he had a couple of more assists. He also hates Riley Heidt, which is a very particular thing to go out there and say about a guy, but it's included here, so we'll toss it out there. There also was another article on Detroit Hockey Now from earlier last night talking about how Nate Danielson is keeping on lending a helping hand for the Winterhawks. He ended up getting the first star top performer award, and that was from the game where he only had 3 assists and not the extra goal. So there still is a lot going on here for Nate Danielson. Actually, yeah, no, this article was written before the Game 4. It says that Game 4 goes on tonight. And then there's the same comment made by Steve Yzerman as to whether or not Danielson or Kasper would be able to make the team next year. It's not guaranteed, we'll see. We just gotta give it a little bit of time to breathe here. But all in all, Nate Danielson is doing some very extraordinary things, and this update... Look, I said it in the Axel Sandin-Pellikka video, I didn't want to go out there and make an update right away, because he's still in the middle of the playoffs, like they're playing still. They need one more win to eliminate the Prince George Cougars and then eventually pass on to the final. And once they get there, you know, if they win the final, they'll get to the Memorial Cup, they'll play even more extra hockey, and Nate Danielson's season will be far from over. That is not even including any of the other tournaments if he goes out there and participates. I mean, pause. Okay, what's he eligible for? I mean, he's technically eligible for the World Championships, but you rarely see any junior players make that unless their names are Connor Bedard. Yeah, no, I don't know what junior tournaments I'm even thinking about, but to be honest, Nate Danielson has really blown away all of our expectations after being the guy taken in the 9th overall spot by the Wings. Just taking a look at how well he's been able to produce ever since being acquired by Portland, I mean, that's when the points really started to come in. 5-point games, 4-point games, multi-assist games. He's not really one to get a whole bunch of goals over and over again. He gets maybe a goal every 2 games or so, but getting all these assists, yeah, that's exactly what his bread and butter is. So helping out this Portland Winterhawks team in the postseason with their overall production rates, I mean, it certainly is what we come to expect here out of this player. Where can I go to the playoff stats? Is that an option here? Okay, no, I don't think it is an option, but, oh no, I know how to get there. Yeah, let's go back over to Nate Danielson. We will go over to playoff production, and then we will look for the Portland Winterhawks. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as to Nate Danielson and his crazy point production, helping out on guys scoring goals like Marcus Nguyen, James Stefan. These guys are going out there and producing like crazy. I like how evenly distributed the goals are amongst this team. You've got 13 players so far through 3 rounds who have multiple goals on the playoff run. A whole bunch of them are at 4. That's 8 guys at 4 or more goals. 1 guy's at 8, one's at 7, one's at 6. And Nate Danielson is assisting on almost all of them. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as to how much Nate Danielson has blown away your expectations and whether or not you're in the same boat that I am, where I'm thinking, yeah, no, I kind of have no choice but to make a video about this guy. He's too good. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. 99 and bye.